Hello, beautiful humans. It's Monday Night Muses. How are we feeling? Yes, Barbie, all you have to do is wait, and I hope you didn't get too stressed. All right, let's see. Let's get a nice little theme song going. Hello, everybody. Live from New York. It's Monday night. Are we excited? It's time for Monday Night Muses. Hello, Savannah. Hello, Mighty Jammer. Hello, Diggy Cat. Hello, Barbie. Hello, Dad, if you're still tuned in. Hi, Josie. Hey, Suze. I hope y'all got to catch Toby Tobias because really and honestly, just one of my favorite humans, in existence. I'm so grateful to know Toby, to have gotten to collaborate a little bit with Toby, and just be a part of all the wonderful things he's doing on Long Island, because like me, he's someone who really believes in creating community, really believes in showing up and speaking up about what's right and trying to create positive change in the world. And gosh, I just love his song so much. Like, I just want to start singing and dancing. Twitch is twitching out. I'm so sorry about the twitchiness. Maybe refresh the Twitch if the twitching is making you twitchy. So, my loves, before I get started, my question for you as always is, how are you feeling? What are you sipping on? And where are you tuned in from? And as always, I want to know the real answer. Really, how are you feeling? Not like the polite water cooler answer. Yes, I have a silly today, as opposed to other days where I'm extremely serious on this broadcast. Monday Night Muses. Monday Night Muses. Monday Night Muses. Monday Night Muses. Decaf Tea in Huntington. Monday Night Muses. Ice Vanilla Breve from Washington State. Muses. Doing okay, tuning in from Huntington. Hello, good to see you. Good today, except for a nagging side effect headache, and slowly sipping a White Claw. Dragged my anniversary present, Fairy Build-A-Bear, to the couch for her first Muses. Aw. Diggy Cat is feeling frisky while drinking a mocha and tuned in from Mercury. Please tell me, since you're there, how's Mercury today? Is there any Gatorade in the region? What is a breve? I think a breve is a lot. My understanding is it's like a latte, but with half and half instead of milk. And that's usually what I order because I'm a full fat kind of gal. Savannah sipping on water, feeling blah, tuned in from the Midwest. I'm sorry you're feeling blah. I hope we can park you a little. Mercury is always a little Gatorade-y. It's true. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, everybody. Let me get a guitar pick going over here. I've had I've had a week. A good week, but a very busy week. I have been picking up gigs left and right, while at the same time trying to be very, very careful because we have a pandemic going out there. We've got Omicron. I don't know how to say it, and we've been talking about it for the last 3 weeks, and I still don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know, failing at current events, but I know we have it here in New York, and I'm trying to be very, very cautious and mask up and distance and everything. I am boosted. I hope you've gotten a chance to get boosted too. I know that even though every day they're like opening new spots, I know that people are like having to wait a little bit to get their booster. So hope you're staying safe, everybody. Omicron. In a world where we thought we'd be able to get together for the holidays. Happy holidays, everybody. I know it's a weird one. It's been a weird couple of years, but I hope you're still finding joy. I hope you're still getting to be connected with your loved ones. Barbie says, boosted. I am glad to hear it. So I think I'm gonna do a fun set. I'm gonna start with a silly song that Diggy Cat has requested once or twice. This is a song I wrote at the very beginning of quarantine, back in spring 2020. Happy holidays indeed. I'll be a Christmas Jew at the hospital this year anyway. Super Susanna, blessing everybody with her presence. Tentative New Year's Eve plans, but not going to be mad if it's staying in again this year. Yep, I understand. It is a good thing we are still on the planet. And I too cannot believe this year has been 21 months. I know. I'm not planning anything until at least 2025. That's wise. I'm watching things. It's really funny because I'm picking up gigs because it's the holidays, it's a busy season, and yet I'm also watching things get postponed or canceled left and right, so it's crazy. Winter solstice tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. Me too. And by the way, if you are a patron, don't forget our patron concert is tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be doing that on the regular now. It's going to be a third Tuesday kind of vibe for our patron concert, so it's nice and predictable. If you are not a patron, let me get my banner up. It's not too late. It's never too late to join, become a part of the community for like $1 a month or more, and get access to exclusive concerts and live streams and music from the vault and creative stuff as I'm working on it and that kind of thing. Oh my gosh, Barbie was with the doctor for 2 hours. That's a very long time. So I'm going to start with this silly song. I wrote this song during quarantine 2020 in I want to say April. And like so many people, my financial situation changed dramatically during the quarantine, right? Suddenly, I'm a musician. I'm a gigging musician. That's what I do for a living. And suddenly gigs were not really a thing. So, luckily, and I'm grateful for this grace, there was a lot of help available for, at least at the beginning, there was a lot of help available for people like us and forbearance and stuff like that. And I remember trying to just get in touch with my car loan people to be like, hey, here's what's going on with me. Like, I want to make sure you're paid, but I also want to, make sure I'm okay and all of that, and just have that conversation. And it was just impossible at those times. Anyone who tried to call any kind of bank about anything knows how hard that was. And this is a song I wrote about that experience. It's called On Hold with Chase Auto Finance. This morning I called, don't know why I did. You never answered, but you emailed me and made me believe we had something together. It Gave me your number. You said that you cared. You said you understood what I was going through. But you never answer. You're never there. Chase Auto Finance. I wish that I could be through with you. I took you into my home, even into the bathroom. It was weird, but I let you in. I told you everything about me, even gave you my money, and I'm still wondering where you've been. I gave you my number. You said that you cared. You said you understood what I was going through, but you never answer. You're never there. Chase Auto Finance. I wish that I could be through with you. Now I'm calling you all the time. I'm getting no rest, just trying to get through to you. All you say is please remain on the line for the next specialist. We value the opportunity to serve you. I know a lie when I hear one. I gave you my number. You said that you cared. You said you understood what I was going through, but you never answer. You're never there. Chase Auto Finance. I wish I could be through with you. Thank you, friends. I was thinking of this song today because I was once again on hold with a financial institution, and it's just customer service is an amazing and unique experience. It's a really interesting side effect of all of the kind of industrial stuff that has happened over the last 50 years, is being on hold with customer service forever. This unique experience that everyone knows about. Please be nice to your customer service agents when you have to speak to them. They're having just as bad a day as you. Island by the Sea. Yeah, okay. I love it. We're doing lots of different things. Barbie says, I wish I could get Patreon, but can't put anything because of hackers. I'll text you, Barbie. We'll figure something out. Don't worry about it. You're in my community. I love you. We'll figure it out. Hey, Lisa. So good to see you. All right, apparently we're doing the goofy songs today, and I'm here for it. This is a song called Island by the Sea. I'll be honest, I definitely need to look up the lyrics for this one. So this is an Animal Crossing song. So I've actually been thinking about Animal Crossing, not because I've been playing it, but because I've been gigging in the city a little bit. And in the city, everyone, all the like restaurants and stuff like that have these little habitats. That's what I'm going to call them. These little habitats that they've put out of like, for people to sit and eat with like heat lamps and stuff like that. And some of them are really nice and they have like cute little lights and stuff like that. And Susanna, when I met up with her in the city, said it's like Animal Crossing. Like it's just everybody is like building their little lean-tos like on Animal Crossing. It's really true. I know you've been saying this. You're the one who's been saying it. I'm totally giving you credit because you're right and it's funny, and I've said it to everyone I've talked to about it since. My Animal Crossing Islanders are also so neglected. I know. So if you, like so many of us, got in on like kind of the national pastime of 2020 and played Animal Crossing, you will understand this song. And if not, I don't know what to say other than I hope you enjoy it anyway. Still looking for my own lyrics. I'm so disorganized about my songs. I have like 3 different places where a song might be hiding. And I definitely... There we go. Here it is. Okay. I definitely need them because it's been a minute. So if you played Animal Crossing like so many of us in 2020 to kind of enhance your sanity, this song is for you. I've got 27,000 bells and a raccoon who's eager to buy my DIY crafts. How about that? I've got an over-friendly sporty hippo who follows me around and talks about sweat, but he never catcalls and he's never inappropriate. I wanna live on an island by the sea. I'm not inviting anyone to come with me. I want to thank our corporate overlords for giving me this opportunity. I've got an owl friend, I bring him all the bugs I find. He freaks out but he recovers himself and tells me cool facts every time. I've got a house with a loan I can repay anytime I like by selling the raccoon's fruit and other items that I find. I wanna live on an island by the sea. I'm not inviting anyone to come with me. I wanna thank our corporate overlords for giving me this opportunity. It's 2020 and my spirits are low, so give me an island where the blue water flows. It's 2020 and my standards are low, so give me a house and a series of loans. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. I'll be paying my mortgage till I'm 73. It's good enough for me. I've got to live on an island by the sea. You can come visit me inside a dream. I want to thank our corporate overlords for the slightly cuter reality. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. Can I interest you in this clump of weeds? I tried to learn to bake bread, but they ran out of yeast. I never got to finish my goals for 2019. It's good enough for me. My island by the sea. Thank you, friends. All right, I see some requests in the chat. Ange has been redoing her island. I'm afraid to visit my island. It started out with me just being like, oh, I don't have time for a little bit, but I gotta go back to my island. And then I know it's been long enough that if I go back, it'll be a mess. And I'm like, I don't know. Those raccoons are gonna judge me. Okay, please do a favor and remember the moon or the bird song. What moon song would you like? And the bird song, I got you for sure. Okay, Susanna has popped up the song list. Thank you very much. Need a librarian to get cataloged to find songs. Susanna a little bit is that librarian. Thank you, Barbie. Yes, go to the island. Oh, I hope you get your cat, Barbie. All right, I'm going to play for you Full Moon Charm Bracelet. Then maybe if you teach a bird to sing. And then, my friends, it is time. I don't know why I'm snapping my fingers at you. It's time for Poetry Corner. That's something I do. I'm learning with a kitten what kind of mom I would be. I would be the kind of mom that angrily snaps her fingers at her children when they do something naughty, because that is what I do with my cat. Kaylee, she does this thing. Kaylee's my kitten. She does this thing where she knows she's going to do something that displeases me. And so she like whines, like she makes this little like, like, and that sound means I'm about to do something bad and you're going to be mad, but I still want to do it. So like I hear that sound and I look over and she'll be like ready to like scratch the wall or eat a wire or something like that. And I'm like, I'm just snapping at her and giving her that mom face. And I'm like, make good choices, Kaylee. So now I know. Now I know exactly what I would be like as a mom. And you can tell me, Barbie, if this is the moon song. If not, I'll just play all the moon songs. We can have a moony set. We just had a full moon. Like, why not, right? Barbie says, I worked as a librarian at Adelphi. That's awesome. I always felt like it would be super awesome, wonderful to be a librarian. I'm actually in the middle of writing a book about a librarian. Big fan of librarians. I don't think I gave myself long enough. All right, now we're good. On a bracelet because a charm is just a memory. Now I've had all I can take of suffering and sacrifice. Now I'm not helping one single being when I kill myself out. I am not doing myself a service when I push it all down. I don't know anything for certain anymore, but I know some things are worth it. Feeling scared, or I'm letting go, I'm letting go, I'm letting go. I'll let you know, I'll let you know, I'll let you know. And this time I have done my homework. It seems like I am always saying no, but at the end of the day, I don't know how to say just what it is I want to throw away, what I will replace it with. So I stay and stay and stay and stay. Goodbye, I'm letting go. Let me be brave, 'cause I don't know anything for certain anymore, but I know some things are worth it. Feeling scared, or I'm letting go, I'm letting go, I'm letting go. I'll let you know, I'll let you know, I'll let you know how it goes. Ooh, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye to the anxious feeling that I have to be predictable, comprehensible to everybody but me. Goodbye to believing overwork is the only way to get there. I am living at a deficit. Goodbye to leaving, I'll be free in 1 more year, 12 more months, fighting time until the stories get thin enough to let me out. Magic moments never come, so fine, I'll make the magic myself. Goodbye, I'm letting go. Help me be brave, 'cause I don't know anything for certain anymore. But I know some things are worth it. Feeling scared, or I'm letting go, I'm letting go, I'm letting go. I'll let you know, I'll let you know, I'll let you know how it goes. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so much. All right. Yes to all the moon songs. I will play all of those songs for you, Elisa. Okay, I definitely need to, I think I need to be using a different pick, honestly. I'm using one of these little small jazz picks. I don't know why I call them jazz picks. I think someone said that to me once. Is it real? I don't know. I'm not really a jazz player, except when I do like the accidental jazzy thing by being out of tune. Other than that, not really. Let me tune up. Then I'll do the bird song, then poetry corner, and then I'm going to just go down the list of y'all's requests. Oh, thank you so much, Savannah. So I got a question for y'all. How is your holiday season going? It's okay if it's not like a chipper answer. It's also okay if it is a chipper answer. I want you to feel free to be like enjoying the crap out of this season if you are. And I also want you to feel free to be honest if it's like challenging for you. How's it been, everybody? How are you feeling this year? I'll go ahead and be honest. I'm feeling a little hectic. I think hectic is the word. Like there's a lot of logistics every day, kind of. And a lot going on. I'm pretty busy, and I don't mind that. It's been a while since I've been busy. See also 2020, but I don't know. It just feels very weird to me. And I think the truth is where we have that new normal thing going on, maybe it's never going to feel like it felt in the past because new normal, that's how a new normal works. I don't know, Diggy Cat, I got your holiday card today. Thank you so much. I have it sitting on my mantle. Diggy Cat sent this great holiday card with a couple of kittens in mittens hanging on a clothesline. It was very, very cute. Thank you. Angela says, blurg humbug. I'm right there with you, Ange. Believe me. And Susanna, Anti-Fragile Tarot, says, I had a really nice Hanukkah season, but I definitely overspent to make up for not seeing people as much. I feel that. I think you are not the only person. Looking forward to filling stockings, though. Oh, that's sweet. That's a nice silver lining. Savannah says, don't have many plans, so less stress than previous years. Yeah, there's also a side effect of a little less stress when you're not running around like a maniac, We can have silver linings. Barbie says, I live life to my fullest, trying to adjust to not having family near Philadelphia. Yeah, that's hard. It's tough not to be near family. No new normal. Yeah, I feel that. Elisa says, challenging work and personal life are a mess. And the world is a mess, but trying to enjoy what I can, and hopefully I'll have a few days off this week. I hope you do too, and I hope that you get whatever you need out of those days off, Whatever is going to make you, recharge your batteries a little bit and feel good. I hope you get. Barbie says, I'm just waiting for 2022 and 2023. I like that we're like who knows about 2022? Let's set our sights on 2023 before 22 has even gotten here. We're like, maybe 2023. That's the kind of optimism I can stand behind. All right, let me play the bird song and then we're going to do Poetry Corner. Teach a bird to sing, fly, fly, fly away. Teach a bird to sing, fly, fly, fly away. Teach a bird to sing, fly, fly, fly away. Teach a bird to sing, fly, hey, fly away. Teach a bird to sing, fly, fly, fly away. Teach a bird to sing, fly. It's gonna be a more laid-back version of the bird song because I think I sang something like 16 hours in the last 3 days, and I'm grateful. I am very grateful for those gigs. I'm giving my voice a little bit of a break on the high notes. She gonna fly away. If you teach a bird to sing, she gonna learn to fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly away. You think you got it, cage of brass and a key, and you think she's too dumb to set herself free. But you think, let me start that over. You think you got it, cage of brass and a lock and a key. You think she's too dumb to set herself free. But the fact that you're locking her up shows you're the dummy. You think you're all of that and a bag full of chips, but you gotta control just to go to your kicks. And the fact that you're locking her up shows you're the dummy. And if you would teach a bird to sing, she gon' learn to fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly away. And if you teach a bird to sing, she'll learn to fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly. She gonna fly away. Saying it's 50% confidence. When I'm confident, I won't be content just to hang around and be a pretty little plaything. Because I see sky, yeah, on my window. The sun is rising, 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 just like I will. Because I see sky, yeah, on my window. The sun is rising, 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 just like I will. If you would teach a bird to sing, she gon' learn to fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly away. If you teach a bird to sing, she gonna fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly. Oh, she gonna fly away. If you teach a bird to sing, she gonna learn to fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly away. If you teach a bird to sing, she gon' learn to fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly away. If you teach a bird to sing, she gon' learn to fly. If you let her
my window,
sing,
the sun is rising, rising, rising,
she gonna fly
just like I will,
if you teach
because I see sky on my window. The sun is rising, rising, rising,
she gonna fly
just like I will. If you teach a bird to sing, she gon' learn to fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly. If you let her sing, she gonna fly away.
Thank you. I've been thinking a lot about gratitude, and I've also been thinking about gratitude externally and internally, right? Being grateful for things coming into my life outside of my control, my loved ones, having a roof over my head, all those things. And also things that I can control, like being grateful to me for figuring it out when it gets tough, that kind of thing. And one thing I'm really grateful is my voice, and not just like whatever, having the voice that I have and all of that, but being someone who's been working hard at being a singer for enough years that I can sing around it if I am having a day where I really need vocal rest, or need to sing something that's a little bit out of key for me or something like that. Those are things that I want to tell you. If you are someone who's a singer or a musician, you don't notice the progress you're making until you really need it. You don't notice, and then one day you wake up and you're like, oh wow, I'm like a lot better than I was last year or something like that. And I have a tendency, I think we all do as musicians, to kind of beat ourselves up. Every time we learn more of what we don't know. And I just want to tell you that it's okay to like look back at your accomplishments sometime and feel good about that. Nice Bjord. Thank you. I have long cultivated my Bjord. All right, I'm going to take another sip of water. Hydration checkpoint, kiddos, and then it's time for Poetry Corner. I am reading you poems today from Angie Nice, who I only a little bit bullied into sending me poetry. If those of y'all that know me, especially if you're a poet, you know that I am often recruiting people for Poetry Corner. I'm like, I love to write poetry, but I love to share poetry that others have written as well. So you will see me like creeping on people's posts like, are you going to send me some poems for Monday Night Muses? And I'm very grateful that Angie did. All right, let's see here. I'm going to pull these up because this happened. Another one of the things I'm so grateful for, Angie sent me these poems in a Facebook chat, like on Messenger or whatever. And then we had this like really amazing conversation the other day. At least I thought it was. I was really grateful for the conversation you and I had the other day on Messenger, Angie. And I'm just so grateful to have these friends that like we can talk about deep topics with and also be incredibly silly and send cat puns with, which includes pretty much everyone watching this. So thank you. All right, let's get recording, shall we? Thank you so much for tuning in for Poetry Corner, brought to you by Monday Night Muses, WUSB.FM, Captain Phil's Planet, and Lucky Star Radio. And you, the human who is listening right now, I am deeply grateful to you. Thank you for existing, and thank you for making space in your day for art and poetry. I'm going to be reading you poems today by Angie Nice. Sustained in the substance of self, cast out the invasion in my dreams, the sweet relief of waking from sleep, to speak and release, finding rhythm while I breathe, the bounty of simple need moving through my anatomy. Ease the automatic panic to navigate this delirious sea of thrashing waves tangled in memory. My craft withstands over the expanse of ocean before me, in motion away from the hands that reach to drag beneath. O sea, finally, the shore in the distance hints the stability, a place to stand independent and free. Thank you. These poems are untitled, and if you want to hear the most Libra moment ever, I asked Angie, hey, do these have titles so I can, like properly credit them? And she was like, no, but you could give them titles if you want. And I was like, no, that's really kind, but like I want your art as you intended it. So anyway, Untitled. Emerging from the mystery of our inevitable return, ignited by experience, an innate will yearns. If such a gift given, deeming what you shall believe, such relief of burden is in fact a curse indeed. Cast the cascade of reflections conceived from our connections to conceptions beyond comprehension. Our only point of reference is an arrow inward. An elated agony spun upon your heel turn. We can only move forward till the distance breaks to inevitable inertia. Here we return to us, tethered to each other. The force of impact brings us back. Now again we learn. This is going to be my final poem for you. This is by Angie Nice, and I hope you've enjoyed this poetry today. Please, if you can, support the poets that you hear here on Poetry Corner. Go look them up. Some of them have chapbooks and stuff like that out. Angie doesn't have anything published yet, but my nagging skills remain, so we'll see what happens. Angie's also a super talented visual artist, and I'm really, really grateful to get to have a little bit of a window into that as well. All right, this is going to be my final poem. Thank you again for joining me on Poetry Corner. Dwelling in imaginary spaces between the place and time that bends and fades in to another view, another option, another room. I wasn't brave enough to turn, toward you. Now looking back, I wanted to know what you thought it would have looked like if I went through. But there's nothing but shattered glass in that frame. Frayed binding from the torn page, a smog that billows, a mirage of a tomb. The truth of it being just a question. Why does it mean so much to you? Thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of Poetry Corner. You can hear this thing that I do every week syndicated in a few different places. WUSB.FM, which is a local Long Island radio station that also, by typing WUSB.FM into your browser, you can hear worldwide. Lucky Star Radio, look up Lucky Star Radio, run by our good friend of the show, Diggy Cat. And right here on Monday Night Muses, every single Monday night at about 8:30-ish Eastern Time. It's always a little loose. So that's at twitch.tv/Rorie Kelly. Thank you again, my friends. All right, let me see these comments. Poetry Corner, woo. Ooh, drinking tonic water with quinine, good for leg cramps. Who knew? That's awesome. Oh, I see we also have we had a spam bot. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. I will ban that bot. Ban that bot. You never got mod powers? I'm so sorry, Brittany. I have to mod you. I will modify you. That's a different word. I will mod you. Oh, stream is wonking out. May need to leave and come back. I hope that it unwonked for you. A couple people have been saying that it's a little weird tonight. Oh, Sue says I stopped paying attention for a minute. I don't see the spam comment. Don't worry. Oh, thank you so much, Josie. Josie says, I love how you accompany your reading with the coolest music. Josie, I know you are such a lyricist, and it makes me suspect that perhaps you have poetry too. And I don't want to put pressure on you, but just to let you know that this human would love to read your poetry and accompany it with some music sometime on Monday Night Muses. Thank you so much, Savannah. I love everyone's comments for Ange. Thank you for amazing poetry. Thank you for sharing, Ange. Angie sends thanks. That one gave me goosebumps. Me too. Aw, you guys. Oh, Susanna already banned the commenter. Thank you. Oh my gosh, is this a... Hi, Sarah. How are you? Sarah Lightman. Yay, thank you so much for joining us. It's the moon in Gemini. Diggy Cat, help us. All right, I know I had some requests, and then yes, Barbie, I will be raiding somebody. Maybe I don't know who I'll raid. I'll leave it open to whatever. Hey, Sarah Lightman, it's so good to see you. Everyone, please go follow Sarah Lightman, really great singer-songwriter who we raided last week, so you may remember her awesome music if you were with us. A really awesome human. Okay. All right, I have some requests. Rock and Doc might be fun. Yeah, I haven't raided Rock and Doc in a while. That's cool. That's a good vibe. Okay, I know that Elisa made some requests, and I believe they were, okay, the weather up from here and or what are you wishing for because holidays. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do all of those. Oh, Sarah, I'm here just to say hello to you. Well, hello. Hello there. Barbie says I'm exhausted, might have to leave. I understand, Barbie. I hope you get yourself well rested and feel good. All right, so this is a song called The Weather. I wrote this song when I was living in Brooklyn, and a little bit it's about New York City is a hard city, and I mean that exact word. It's a hard city. A lot of the people are hard. In fact, a lot of New Yorkers wear hardness like a badge of honor. You know what I mean? That like grizzled city vibe of like, oh yeah, you see it all on the subway, you know, that kind of thing. And it can really feel like the city that doesn't love you back, and that can be real. It can be also a very inspiring, exciting place. It's interesting how it has those two sides to it. Anyway, that's what this song is about. Sarah says it's cynical AF. Yes, agree.
They're giving out diagnoses like they're Halloween candy. They're building a market and a nation of addicts, and we all owe our smiles to the company. All dressed up and no one to care about. You ask me how the job is going. It's going. It's going, don't worry, I say. So how you deal with the weather? Up here it's always bright and a little frenetic. It's always dry and cool and clear. It's always me, that beat off beat. Beat off beat. And I'm flipping off the guy on the subway who's angry 'cause men walk down the streets with other men. He says God is pissed and he's coming, he's coming. And on the train with nice shoes and shiny nails, something in your hair to make it stay like that. You look sharp and ready, so I guess the pills are working. So how you deal with the weather? Up here it's always bright and a little frenetic. It's always dry and cool and clear. It always makes my heartbeat offbeat. It's always a sunshine earlier and earlier these days. Can you see it, baby? This is what you get for being so good. It's sunshine, sunshine. Can't you see it? Keep trying, keep trying. It must be you. It must be you. We all can see it. It must be you. So how you deal with the weather? Up here it's always bright and a little frenetic. It's always dry and cool and clear. It always makes my heartbeat off beat. So how you deal with the weather? Up here it's always bright and a little frenetic. It's always dry and cool and clear. It always makes my heartbeat off beat. Just felt like doing a little vibey outro there. My cousin who lives in New York says nobody is ever impressed. Yeah, accurate. And yet everyone is dying to impress you. And I say that with love, because like it's a byproduct of New York. You just feel like you're in this sea of so many people,
especially as an entertainer, so many incredibly talented people, you know, all of whom are hustling, all of whom are pushing against the same odds that you are. And everyone is just like desperate to impress and desperate to not appear impressed. And again, I say it with love. New York City does special things to your psychology. Yeah, Brittany says, that's not just New York City people. Come to find out, you find hard people even up here in the Great White North. I believe it. I would love to come up to Syracuse and do karaoke with you, Brittany. That sounds delightful and delicious. Barbie says, I'm fine, body is tired, and I am the toughest New Yorker born in the Bronx. New cynical. Yep, I feel you. All right. I got 2 songs left for you. And I forget what the second one was. I know. Oh, Up From Here. Okay. I'm going to do Up From Here for y'all. And then I'm going to do What Are You Wishing For, which is my holiday song. I will let you know, by the way, I did a dinosaur video for that. And you can find it if you search Rorie Kelly, What Are You Wishing For on YouTube. You can find my dinosaur lyric video. And I made that video like during the holidays. I can't remember what year it was, 2018, 2019. I was as sick as a dog. I like had to cancel a couple of gigs because I had something. Come to think of it, was it COVID? Who knows? I had something and I was sick, and I spent the whole day to kind of distract me from being sick making this lyric video with plastic dinosaurs and like little props that I had around my room. And I'm really proud of how it came out. So you can go look for it if you so desire. And I have made a pledge that when I hit a certain number of patrons, I am going to make another dinosaur music video. And we are 3 patrons away. So if you desire to become a patron of mine, if you're thinking about doing it, now's a great time, because our Patreon concert is tomorrow night, and you could help me make this dinosaur video happen. All right. This is a song called Up From Here. I have to let you all know this song has the F word in it quite frequently. If that's bad for you, then, you know, maybe it's a good time for a bathroom break, you know. But if, like me, you enjoy saying the F word, well, my friend, you've come to the right place. This is a song about belligerent positivity. Should we talk about the loss of tiny objects, very small specific parts without which nothing can be fixed? Should we talk about Mercury retrograde? It's totally cool, I love to put the past in perspective, but now that we are back in the present, everything in my life seems to be broken. Should we talk about my psychological state? Let's not play with fire here, it's already been a long day. You cannot be serious the way you're jerking me around. This bad luck is hilarious, 'cause you can't keep this fucker down. Should we talk about guitars and cars and bank accounts? It's a Russian roulette. Where will the problem be today? I am one headlight short of a bright outlook. That's not a metaphor. I hope I don't get pulled over. Anyway, I thank my lucky stars that I am good in a crisis. I thank the universe for giving me so much practice. Oh, you cannot be serious the way you're jerking me around. This bad luck is hilarious, 'cause you can't keep this fucker down. Don't threaten me with a good time, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Everything will be just fine as soon as I find my keys and my wallet. I can only go up from here. I can only go up, up. I can only go up Thank you, friends. I am so honored that y'all blast this. Up from here, motherfuckers. My mouth is called Truck Driver. I love you, Barbie. This song always gets blasted. I'm so honored to be your crazy pants day song. I can't tell you. It makes me really happy. Love singing this one in the car along with a lot of others. Hence how you got into my top Spotify artists. Aw, thank you. Definitely blast this after tough shifts. I am grateful. I am grateful for your blasting. Thanks for hanging out, David. Really good to see you. Okay, I've got one more song for you. This is my holiday song. This is called What Are You Wishing For? I wrote this for a movie, actually. It was super cool. Local filmmaker here on Long Island, Candace Kane, set a goal of making like a ton of holiday movies. I want to say it was 2019. And throughout that time, she was like asking me like, hey, do you have another holiday song? And I ended up writing this one for her, which was so cool. So... feels right. So this is a song, it's kind of non-denominational, by the way. I know people tend to like unilaterally call holiday songs Christmas songs. I don't know. Y'all, I'm a witch. I'm happy about the solstice. But I'm happy about Christmas too. Like, whatever you got, I'll celebrate. But I kind of really just wanted to capture like that seasonal vibe, you know, like drinking, you know, hot holiday style beverages, showing up with a friend, being around someone you think is special, that kind of vibe. And I think we can all get with that vibe this time of year. I have to remember my own song. Hot cider on a cold, cold night. I am feeling alive. Let's get together on a big old tree. Come light a candle and sing with me. Fa la 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 la. You look lovely tonight. Fa la la la. What are you wishing for this year? Fa la 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 la. It feels so magic and bright. Fa la la la. The thing that I am wishing for is right here. All the stress of the past few months settling onto my skin like frostbite. I need to feel like a kid again. Watch my breath fog in the starlight. Fa la 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 la. You look lovely tonight. Fa la la la. What are you wishing for this year? Fa la 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 la. It feels so magic and bright. Fa la la la. The thing that I am wishing for is right here, right now. So much snow on the ground, not going anywhere tonight. Right now, right here, finally my head is clear. I know what I really want, what I want this year. Fa la 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 la, ooh, fa la 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 la. Oh man, I didn't hit my looper right. Let's try that again. That sounds perfect, guys. Fa la 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 la, ooh, 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 fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. You look so lovely tonight. Fa la la la. What are you wishing for this year? Fa la 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 la. It feels so magic and bright. Fa la la la. The thing that I am wishing for is right here. Thank you, friends. Thank you for spending time with me. All right, we are going to go on a raid. Ooh, before I go on that raid, I just want to say, I was reminded by seeing you pop in there with those hearts, Mighty Jammer. I just heard your Grinch song recording that you sent me. It's so friggin' cool. And what a cool holiday song to cover as well. Y'all, please go search for Mighty Jammer. I believe it's spelled just like that, Mighty Jammer, on Spotify. Is your Grinch song on there? Maybe it's not, but if not, then go listen to her other stuff because she has some really good stuff on there. Yeah. Anyway, it's raid time, my friends. Are we raiding Rockin' Doc? Is Rockin' Doc still going? She said, hopefully. Let's find out. It's raid time. Yep, okay, Rockin' Doc is still going. We're gonna do the raid. It is time. Do. If you're watching the replay and you're like, what are these people talking about? What raid? If you watch this live on Monday nights, because we do a replay to Facebook and YouTube on Tuesdays, you get to join us as we go and crash another streamer's live stream. And it's a lot of fun, and we have found a lot of really cool artists that way. So I hope you will tune in live with us sometime. All right, we're going to raid Rockin' Doc. And as always, my friends, I am going to sing you out. Thank you for coming to Monday Night Muses. 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 Seriously, y'all are so great. Thank you for being in my world. Next week, back by popular demand, we have Libby and Cal coming back because y'all asked for it and we made it happen. So make sure you tune in next week at 7 p.m. Eastern. As always, farewell, my loves. Let's go visit Rockin' Doc.